As the bank, which made a disastrous foray into the furniture business by acquiring Ellerines 6 years ago, saw its market value crash last week after it warned that it would announce a 7.5 billion rand loss for the current financial year.
An unusual, hastily convened media briefing by the Reserve Bank on a Sunday afternoon. The Reserve Bank wants to keep African Bank afloat. The Reserve Bank says it, together with Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene, has decided to appoint Tom Winterboer to manage African Bank with immediate effect.
You want it to be sustainable and profitable as a good bank, to service in a broader sense and ensure that there is, as we said, financial inclusion, ability for people to get access to finance, to ensure that the clients who are being serviced are serviced appropriately in terms of lending policies and so on. So for us it's very important that you don't lose what is good in this and enable that to function and ensure that people do have access to finance. It's a critical function that the government is committed as policy and that we support.
Some have criticized the Reserve Bank, the National Credit Regulator and the Financial Services Board for not intervening sooner. There have been signs for some time now that African Bank was heading for disaster, with many of its clients failing to repay their loans.
Bank supervision has been engaging with African Bank for sort of almost 18, 20 months. And the question in it is not that you didn't see it coming, you saw the weaknesses, and the engagement with management is to say these are the measures that you need to take to address them. So, as we said in the end, you can't substitute regulation for sound management.
The big question now is, can the Reserve Bank, as the regulator of all banks in the country, assure South Africans that other banks are not in the same kind of trouble as African Bank and that their money is safe?
Everything that we have and the information that we have in a vigorous process with the entire banking system, we have not seen any of these problems. Okay, if you look at their capital adequacy, if you look at their share price, if you look at their client growth, and if you look at that, we are not aware of anything that is a problem in the other banks.
African Bank's share price crashed to just 30 cents a share on Friday from a high of 30 rand a share 2 years ago. The Reserve Bank says it's up to the curator to decide whether or not to delist the company from the JSE. Mbongini Mutwa, SABC News, Johannesburg.